What does it mean to be a father? It's a question that has followed me throughout my life. Before I had my own child, the idea was terrifying. I was young, felt unprepared, and honestly, scared I wouldn't be a good dad. But the moment my child was born, everything changed. That fear vanished, replaced by an instinct I never knew I had. Fatherhood isn't just about having a child, it's about becoming a better man. It teaches you a depth of compassion, patience, and responsibility you never thought possible. It's a profound journey of growth, where you learn as much from your child as they learn from you. My own childhood was complicated when it came to fathers. My biological dad wasn't around. I had father figures, but they were often distant. One provided financial support, but was emotionally absent. Another was physically there, but the constant conflict and manipulation in the home made his presence a source of stress, not security. Seeing these inconsistent and painful examples of fatherhood didn't discourage me. Instead, it lit a fire inside me. I made a promise to myself. When I became a father, I would be present. I would be consistent. I would be the loving, stable force I never had. When my child arrived, I dove in head first, changing diapers, late-night feedings, school runs, doctor's appointments. I was all in. I never saw myself as a secondary parent or a helper. I was a parent, period. My partner and I were a team. I was determined to break the cycle of absence I had witnessed. I wanted my child to know, without a single doubt, that their dad was always there for them, physically and emotionally. But being an involved dad isn't always as simple as just showing up. Society still has some catching up to do. There are these subtle and sometimes not so subtle biases that fathers face every day. Have you ever noticed how many public restrooms for men still don't have baby changing stations? Or how official forms for school or healthcare often default to listing the mother as the primary contact? I've had to get written permission for things as simple as getting a passport for my own child, something that was never questioned for my ex-partner. It's these little things, these bureaucratic hurdles and outdated assumptions that can make fathers feel like they're on the outside looking in, constantly having to prove their role and their rights. It sends a message that we're less important, less capable, and that's just not true. Then came the hardest chapter of my journey: separation. The end of a relationship is painful enough, but when a child is involved, it adds a whole new layer of complexity and fear. Suddenly, the very foundation of my commitment to be a present father was threatened. There were attempts to reduce my time with my child, to relegate me to a weekend visitor. I had to fight. I had to go to court and battle for my right to be an equal parent, to maintain that 50-50 involvement that is so crucial for a child's well-being. Thankfully, I succeeded. I maintained my role as an equal co-parent. But the fight left scars. It triggered a deep-seated separation anxiety, a constant fear of losing my child. I struggled with depression, feeling like I was always being judged, always having to prove my worth as a parent. It was an exhausting, emotionally draining battle. And I know I'm one of the lucky ones. So many fathers I've spoken to face far worse. They're pushed out completely, their contact reduced to almost nothing, sometimes for years. The emotional toll this takes on a father is devastating. Imagine being blocked from protecting and nurturing your own child. It's a unique kind of psychological pain. It creates a sense of helplessness, of failure, and can trigger a constant state of fight or flight. You feel like your child is in danger and you're powerless to help. For some fathers, the pain becomes unbearable. In the most tragic cases, it leads to self-harm or even suicide. This is why we need to talk about parental alienation. It's a form of abuse, not just to the parent who is cut off, but to the child who is deprived of a loving parent. The damage is deep and can last a lifetime. We have to recognize the critical role that fathers play. A child's development isn't just about one parent. They need that emotional, physical, and psychological connection with both their mother and their father. A present, loving dad provides a unique sense of security, a different perspective, and a model for healthy relationships. Our society needs to do more to support fathers who are fighting to stay involved. Our systems, legal, social, and cultural, need to evolve and see fathers as the essential, equal parents they are. So, if you're a dad out there who is struggling, who feels like the system is stacked against you, please hear this. You are not alone. Your fight matters. The love you have for your children, the effort you put in every single day, even when it feels like an uphill battle, that is what makes you a good father. Don't let anyone or any system convince you otherwise. Keep fighting for your kids, because your presence in their life is a gift beyond measure. Better days are ahead. The bond you're fighting to protect will only grow stronger. Being a father is the greatest privilege and the most important responsibility I'll ever have. It's not just a role, it's a core part of who I am. And to all the dads giving it their all, thank you. What you do matters more than you know. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Let's keep this important conversation going. See you next time.